There once was a man who cultivated apples. His reputation was built on his talent. The fruit he grew was deep red, wonderfully sweet and flawless. Each harvest season, as the tree branches sagged under the weight of the fruit, a feeling of pride and contentment filled his spirit. One morning, while strolling through the orchard with his dog, he noticed something out of the ordinary. High up on his most cherished apple tree, a single piece of fruit was spoiled. It was a rotten apple, and the sight of it made him frown. He worried that if that damaged apple contaminated the others, his entire crop would be ruined. "I must act," he thought. "But what should I do?" He rushed to his tractor shed and returned holding a long pole. "Yes, this will solve it," he declared. "I'll knock it down and preserve the tree." He swung the stick once, then twice, and kept trying, but the pole wasn't long enough to reach. To make matters worse, a few undamaged apples dropped to the ground and were crushed. "This won't do," he sighed. "I need a better approach." Back to the shed. This time he picked up a slingshot. "I'll use this to shoot it off," he reasoned. "That will take care of everything." He took careful aim, but no matter how much effort he put in, his shots failed to hit the mark every single time. Several more good apples fell and rolled into the dirt. The farmer threw down his slingshot in utter frustration. "There must be a more clever solution," he muttered. So he conceived a different strategy. "I will shake the tree," he determined. "That will surely bring the bad apple down." He pushed, pulled, and shook the trunk with all his might. Yet the rotten apple stayed perfectly still. Instead, more ripe, glossy apples were knocked to the ground, where they became bruised and broken. Days turned into weeks. That one rotten apple started to consume his thoughts. He couldn't sleep. Every morning, his gaze immediately went to it, suspended there like a persistent, unsolvable issue. Finally, fueled by anger and despair, he grabbed a chainsaw. "If I can't hit it, shoot it or shake it loose," he growled. "I'll simply cut off the entire branch." As he walked toward the tree, the chainsaw in his hand, he stopped. For the very first time, he truly observed his tree, and what he realized was heartbreaking. Almost all his beautiful apples were gone. He had knocked them down, shaken them loose, or damaged them himself, all in his relentless attempt to remove that single rotten piece of fruit. In his deep focus on saving the tree from one bad apple, he had inadvertently destroyed all the good ones. Sometimes, we become so focused on the one rotten apple in our own lives, a misstep, a person, a memory, or a setback, that we fail to notice all the positive things that are still flourishing around us. So today, rather than fixating on what is wrong, pause for a moment to acknowledge what is still right. The blessings, the joys, the people who bring sweetness to life. Because often, all it takes to feel truly abundant again is to look at your own tree and count the good apples. Thank you.